So for everyone who's just tuning in, I just want to say thank you for being here. I massively, massively appreciate you. And I started doing this healing hour last week, and it's something I'm really committed to, and stepping into more of my role is as a spiritual human being and allowing others to see this side of me. And also, I asked myself, how can I add more value to more people in less time? And I said, well, if I had the superpower of healing the entire world at once and creating love, creating peace, creating that energetic shift and transformation and awakening in people, then that would be the biggest and best impact that I could have, because so many people are just stuck in their own perspective and world of suffering. And if I could just even temporarily ease that suffering, eliminate that suffering, and have people be joyous, happy, fulfilled, empowered, then that would be like one of the greatest accomplishments ever. Currently, I do not yet have that. I am not yet tapped into that energetic capacity to heal and activate the world. So I said every week I'm committed to dedicating an hour of the 12-hour live stream to just sending out good vibes, to healing people, to healing the world, to just praying for any cause that needs to be prayed for, people who are struggling, people who are in difficult times, financially, health-wise, spiritually, relationship-wise, whatever it might be, and just to dedicate this hour saying, hey, we're here every single week on Wednesday, 10 a.m. Pacific. We're going to be praying. We're going to be sending good energy into the world. So today, I'm super blessed because I have the one and only Jessica Dugas here to help me with some healing. And Jessica, we are now live on Becoming Your GPS with you. Jessica is a multi-time guest on Becoming Your Greatest Possible Self. She is just a massive champion for people and has some spiritual gifts and does healings, read cards, like you do all kinds of great stuff. Jessica, is there anything else you wanted our audience to know before we dive in today about you or what they should know about you?
Well, thank you for having me on again, Chris. I was just on not long ago, and I always enjoy my time with you. So thank you for that. I just love anytime we can come together, whether it's two people, 22 people, 222 people, 2,000 people, whatever.
Yes.
I just think the energy is so much more powerful to send healing out there. I facilitated a healing night one time that was like 3 hours of just people coming together and doing this healing. And I love that your topic right now is self-love,
Yeah.
because that's where it starts. And sometimes we think, I just want to put this thought out there for everybody today, that sometimes we think that we have to do something grandiose to heal the world.
Mm.
And I want to just put this in the air for you today, that you doing self-love and self-healing is enough.
Mm.
It's enough. And that is creating a ripple effect that you can't even realize how powerful that is.
I love it. I love it, Jessica. I think this is going to be a lot of fun, and my intention for this hour is to really have it be open, have it be fun, have it be flow, and I just want to. My intention is to be an amplifier, because I'm really good at that, being a great mirror, being a great witness and amplifier of whoever I'm with. So wherever this hour goes, there's no script on it. We didn't really have any plan going into it. I just said, hey, let's go send some healing energy, deliver value to people, and make this world a better place. So is there anywhere in particular you wanted to go with the self-love theme, or specific tools or exercises that we wanted to go into with our people who are tuning in, and ways that we can heal the world?
Well, just because I actually didn't know that you were, until I saw your post today, that it was going to be a focus on self-love. And
Yeah.
before that, I was thinking, like, what is the message I really want to share while I'm on, and how can I facilitate the best way I can? And the one thing that kept coming to my mind was to do a loving kindness meditation with everybody, because that starts with yourself and moves outwards. So I thought that might be fun to start with that.
Yes. Let's do it. Let's do it.
All right. Do you still have the music going? Because I was answering your question, but you couldn't hear me because I wasn't on yet.
Yes. Yes. It's still going. It's still going.
Okay, good,
Yes.
because this will be nice in the background. Okay, so the I wanted to share that the basis of this loving kindness meditation, you can do this as you're walking with your eyes open. You can do it while you're in the store. That's one of my favorite ways to do it, because I get a little anxious around lots of people sometimes. And you can also do it quiet. So wherever you're at, I would encourage you to jump in, because you're going to love this. You're going to love it. Okay, so let's just take a deep breath where we are first. In through our nose, holding for just a moment, and exhale. And let's do another deep breath in through your nose, holding, and exhale. And I want you to continue taking deep breaths. Again, this is something, if you're comfortable, if you're in a space too, you can close your eyes, you can keep them open, you can gaze at a particular part of the room, whatever is most comfortable for you right now. That's what I want you to do. So as you continue taking deep breaths at your own pace, we're going to move into this space of loving kindness. And I want you to think for a moment of yourself. If your eyes are closed, picture yourself in your mind. Be fully present where you are in this moment. And direct your energy inwards. And I want you to repeat these phrases after me. May I be happy. May I be healthy. May I be peaceful. May I be well. And take a deep breath in through your nose. And exhale. And now I want you to bring someone into your mind that you are thankful for having in your life. And I want you to get really specific. Picture one person. Narrow it down to all the amazing people in your life. Think of one person that you are so thankful to have in your life, whether it's a close family member or friend, someone you've known maybe for a really long time. And as you picture that person in your mind, direct your energy toward them as you say these phrases out loud. May you be happy.
May you be happy.
May you be healthy.
May you be healthy.
May you be peaceful.
May you be peaceful.
And may you be well.
May you be well.
And let's take a deep breath on that, sending lots of love and energy toward this person. And exhale. And now I want you to bring someone into your mind that's an acquaintance, someone that you may not hold any real feelings towards. Maybe it's a bank teller, a cashier at your local grocery store, someone you just sort of know in passing. And as you picture this person in your mind, direct all your energy toward them as you say these phrases out loud. May you be happy.
May you be happy.
May you be healthy.
May you be healthy.
May you be peaceful.
May you be peaceful.
And may you be well.
May you be well.
And take another deep breath, sending all your love and energy towards this person. And exhale. And I want you to bring someone into your mind now that is a difficult person in your life. Maybe you've considered this person an enemy, maybe someone you've had trouble with in the past. This can be a tough one, but just bring this person into your mind and don't judge them and don't judge yourself or any feelings that are come up. Just picture them there in your mind and direct your energy toward that person as you say these phrases out loud. May you be happy.
May you be happy.
May you be healthy.
May you be healthy.
May you be peaceful.
May you be peaceful.
And may you be well.
May you be well.
And take a deep breath, sending all your good wishes towards this person. And exhale. And now I want you to bring the whole world into focus in your mind. However this picture looks for you, you could picture a room full of people, you could literally picture the whole entire planet in your mind. And now I want you to direct your energy outward toward everyone, everywhere, as you say these phrases out loud. May all beings everywhere be happy.
May all beings everywhere be happy.
May all beings everywhere be healthy.
May all beings everywhere be healthy.
May all beings everywhere be peaceful.
May all beings everywhere be peaceful.
May all beings everywhere be well.
May all beings everywhere be well.
Let's take a final deep breath in through your nose, sending that love outwards. Lots of love, lots of good energy as we breathe out. And I invite you to just take your hands and place them over your heart. Place them over your heart and know that the healing that you've sent to yourself and the healing that you've sent outwards and the healing that you've sent to specific people is for a reason. It's powerful, it's purposeful, and it is changing the world. You as one person have the power to heal the world. And just sit with this feeling and how good it feels to know that you have this power within you. And when you're ready, you can come back to this space. It feels good. It feels good to know that there's this one thing that is enough, that you can spread that love and that healing and that peace. And sometimes it can be a little challenging. Sometimes it can be when you're not feeling well, when someone's ticked you off. It's hard on that one part to picture that one person that maybe has been challenging in your life, but it just feels good to know that you can be the light and spread that and facilitate healing just by sending it, just by choosing to do it.
Yeah, I love it, Jessica. And the thing that is coming to mind after all those beautiful exercises and aspects, and for everyone who's tuning in, would love to hear what came up for you. What did you notice about that experience that Jessica just took us through that was so beautiful? For me, I also want to really focus the energy for people who are dealing with some kind of challenge or situation, some kind of block or obstacle, or even the thing that I want us to focus on is a gift, right? What is the gift? And so I just want to we'll dance back and forth and kind of play tossing the baton. For me, I just want people just coming to me to that feeling of Christmas or Hanukkah or whatever you celebrate, whatever your holiday is. For me, it's Christmas, and I say, when I feel like Christmas is tomorrow, right? There's this inner joy, this inner child is just like, oh my gosh, Christmas is tomorrow. You know, like it's amazing. It's such a juicy feeling. And I want for everyone out there right now, you're listening to this, just like if you're able to close your eyes and go within your body and find that source of power within you, that source of joy, that seat of your soul. It might be within you, it might be somewhere around your body, wherever it is for you, but I would say where your power center is, your source. And just like feel whatever it is that you're dealing with, whatever the challenge or block or obstacle, wherever that is, just like bring that into that power center, that source. And I want you to take the thing and start to intermix it, mix it up with your power, mix it up with your love, mix it up with that feeling like Christmas is tomorrow. Like this is a gift, this is joyous, expansive. So think about what it is, that thing, right? I really want you to draw that thing into yourself. So some people might be having financial challenges, some people might be having health challenges, you might be having relationship challenges, you might just having self-esteem challenges, whatever that is. Just bring that in wherever it is. You can physically grab it and like bring it into your body, into wherever your power source is, your source, your center, and just feel it start to get mixed up, because really it's when that image, that relationship with whatever that thing is, it's typically we have a filter that we experience that thing through. We might feel powerless, we might feel frustrated, we might feel like overwhelmed, exhausted, whatever. But when we reconnect to our source, which has infinite energy, we literally, our source is like, imagine your source, wherever that is in or around your body, plugged in to the universe, plugged into life force, purest life force energy, plugged into the fifth dimension, pure potential energy, the universe, God, source, creator, whatever, plugged in. Your source is plugged in, and you are sourcing your power from that. So get a little bit excited, get a little bit just amped up, and say, thank you, thank you, thank you for this gift that I've been given, this circumstance, which is here to grow me, which is here to remind me how powerful I am, which is here to be a surprise for me that I get to open up. I get to open up this gift, this present, this experience to transform, to transcend, to awaken. So as I feel it in my core, I'm just saying thank you, thank you, thank you. And wherever you're at, whatever your thing is that you're dealing with, just remember you have the power to shift it, to shift how you relate to it. So take a deep breath in and exhale. And just remember that you are empowered. I just wanted to throw that in there. That was fun.
It's awesome though that you said empowered, because that what kept coming to me through that whole thing was about permission. And we I think many of us are sort of waiting for permission to do things in our lives, even subconsciously. We're waiting for that permission to heal. We're waiting that for permission to be abundant, and many of us are waiting for permission to let things go that are not serving us anymore. When we talk about self-love, one of the best things we can do to show ourselves love is to let go of things that are not loving to ourselves. We keep things because it was a tradition, because that's how it's always been done, because it served a purpose at one time. We hang on to things. And one of the messages that I shared a big intuitive message for 2020 with my community, and when we talked about February, I said, February there's going to be a big focus on letting go of habits that are not serving us anymore. Because like January, we're so focused on, this is what I want, this is where I'm going, we're excited, we have these resolutions, and now it's like, okay, we got that, but what are we still doing in February that's not facilitating our own healing in these different areas? And so I just want to put that out there. I think that if you're give yourself the permission that you need to heal, to let things go that are not serving you anymore. These things are not good for you. Give yourself the permission you need to let them go.
Yeah. And I would say what comes to my mind is how do we really cement that in? What is a declaration to the universe that we actually have let them go? So I know that there's different things like cutting cords that we can do to like energetically detach from things. We can just write something like I'm writing on my piece of paper. I give myself permission to let go of that which doesn't serve me any longer. So it's that simple. Like really, what is the action that you can take right now to create that healing, to create that letting go, that release of whatever you may have been carrying up till now. So I think that is just a beautiful intention. And, this hour of healing, it's going to impact and reach far beyond just here and now, and the people who are tuning in here and now, the people who are tuning into the podcast and things like that. It's going to, the ripple effect is going out beyond that. So also in our practices, our healing practice, a lifelong healing journey, right? There's going to be different times where it takes different exercises and different things for us. So for everyone who's tuning in, find the alignment of what is the practice for you. What is your healing regimen? What is your, like letting go, release process? It might be just going out to nature and yelling and expressing it through your vocal cords. It might be going through a drum circle and like doing some breath work and letting it go. But whatever it is for you, find that and listen to your intuition. You might hear someone like Jessica being on here and say, man, she is freaking awesome. Like I want to get connected with her. I want to have a conversation with her. I want her to show me what I might be still carrying that I can let go of and transform into. So I think it's really powerful to listen to our intuition and also to find people who can help us to heal ourselves, Jessica.
Yeah, I love that. And I think that's such you don't have to do it alone,
No.
especially in this age of social media. Goodness gracious, just use the search bar, use the search bar, whatever platform you're finding, you can find your people, and that's what a privilege, what an honor it is to be in this space where, we tend to get a little complaint happy about social media sometimes, but it's such an honor to have this ability to connect with so many people and find your people and find people that can help you so you don't have to do it alone. Yeah. And I think that one of the things that you're saying about releasing too, when you're releasing, you're also receiving. You're creating space to receive. So as you are releasing these things, you're also creating that space to receive. So when we talk about self-love, you can also think about your whatever modality you want to use to release. You can think about it in the way of your love languages. Okay, so if you are a words of affirmation person, it's probably going to be very helpful for you to go out in nature and scream and yell and say it and speak it, because that's where your energy is in that speaking.
Wow.
And if you are somebody that needs to see things, if you're a visual person, you might need to write down everything you want to release and watch it burn. I'm a big, in the safe place.
Not on the carpet in the living room.
Please do not come set your house on fire and come back here and complain at me. This was on you.
I love it.
But whatever makes you feel good, and then that's what you're gonna receive back. So you're creating. We think that when we get rid of these things and we start to heal, I think some of us are afraid of that empty space. Like there's not going to be anything there, but you're creating space for better things, for the next level, for the healing to take place.
I love it. That's gold. I think that knowing what is the language of like our highest self and how to communicate with that, and even spirits, right? Like what is the language of ancestors, spiritual ancestors, our angels who are guiding us? Like how do we tune into their love language? What do they want to hear? What do they want to receive? How do we communicate with them and show honor and reverence to them so that we can receive their guidance more? And like just it's what do we do to build that relationship, to build that trust, to build that connection, right? It's a connection. It's a serious connection between ourselves, our deepest selves, our power, our source, our highest selves, and these spirits like that are here to help us and guide us, good spirits. Like how do we build that connection? I think the understanding of how to communicate and continuously practicing that consistently, it's so important. And I also love what you said about like the space. When we let go of something, we open up the space to receive as well. And I think a lot of people want to receive more, but they might have a difficult time releasing so that they can receive more as well. They might be afraid of that empty space. They might be afraid of letting go and stepping into the unknown. They know what they want, but the process of just the physical activity or the declaration, the energetic willingness to let that stuff go can hold a lot of people back from just truly being free from it.
And setting the intention while you're doing releasing. It's okay to do both simultaneously. It's okay to both to say, okay, I'm going to release this from my life, and this is also what I want. And that's one of the things when I've talked to people before about, for example, a lot of people use sage to smudge their space to clear the energy. But the mistake that's happening is that while they're doing that, they're not saying what they want to be in that space. And so they're clearing, but what are you making? What are you allowing in your space? And so you have to be intentional if you're going to clear out, if you're going to release things in order to heal, that you declare what you want too, so that space can be filled with what you want and isn't just welcoming in anything that maybe isn't the right fit for you right now.
Speaking of sage.
Look at you it's show and tell with Chris Burns.
You said it. I was like, oh my Lanta, how have I not lit this thing yet? So for everyone who's listening to the podcast, I pulled out some sage. I also have a rose quartz and selenite little wand, but
I pulled out rose quartz and selenite for us today too.
What?
I put them on my shelf out there where I put my crystals for the day, and I said, which ones am I going to pull out for today? And I picked rose quartz and selenite too.
Yes, I love it. I love it so much. All right, so I am just cooking this sage so that we can bring in some good vibes. So I'm curious with sage. We got some, just a little bit, just going. So can we sage the world, Jessica?
I think you can. I think it's all about intention. I will often, when I've done moon circles before, when I've done my healing sessions before with my clients, I have, they don't always have sage where they're at. I light it and I set the intention when I'm lighting that sage, when I'm clearing that space, that this is for not just my benefit, but everybody else. So you can say, just as we did that loving kindness meditation, you can say, I am using this as a clearing tool for me and by extension, the rest of the world.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Do you want to walk us through that while I have it lit? Are you able to do that from your end?
Sure.
Cool.
So we are using this sage today. We are setting the intention that this clears anything that is not for our highest and best good right now. Anything that is not the most beneficial for us, for myself, for Chris Burns, for anybody watching, anybody listening, and anybody that is connected to anyone watching and listening, just by knowing them. Just by knowing them, this is going to help clear anything that is no longer beneficial in their lives. And we welcome in all that is beneficial, all that is for our highest good, all that is appropriate for us to hear and see and learn and be and embody right now. And so while we clear this space of anything that is not serving us, we also welcome in anything that is for our highest and best good all over the world.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. And so it is, and so be it.
Yes.
Yes. Beautiful, beautiful. I love it. I love it. And I know, I think I've seen you, correct me if I'm wrong, but I've seen you possibly looking at some cards over there. Are you?
I did.
Are you? Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I was sharing a little bit about my intuitive outlook for this year that I shared with my community, and so oftentimes I will choose cards throughout the month, or if I'm doing a specific interview or something like that, to play along with what I've already chosen. And I loved this card that I chose this morning.
Ooh!
Isn't that beautiful?
Wow. That is gorgeous. Did you make those cards?
See the little bunny. I did not make these ones. These are, let me show you which ones these are. These are Queen of the Moon.
Oh.
They were a gift from my husband for Christmas who is so not woo, but he was like, I saw moon and I know you.
I love it.
So, but anyway, so I love when I choose a card to just kind of bask in the imagery for just a minute and just take in what it means to me. And I love so many things about this. So first of all, this is a dark moon here. So that we're talking about more along the eclipse line, along new moon time, which is so my jam. Full moon, I'm like energy wise just gone. Completely. That is why I am the new moon mama and not the full moon mama. That's how that happened. But I love that. So many of us are afraid of the darkness. The word on the card is darkness. And we're just talked about being afraid of that space that's there. And not knowing what's next. And this is a bunny who sort of like, he's standing in his confidence there. And everything is illuminated before him. And it may be dark, but he's not afraid because he knows his path and he knows what's coming. And he knows this because he's alone and he's taken that time to go within and have that reflection and have that healing time by himself to know, I don't have to be afraid. I don't have to be afraid of what's next. I can let go of anything that's in my way and I can move forward because I can see the path clearly in front of me. And so I just love the card that brings because it just goes along with so many things that we're talking about. And then you have the symbolism. There's a tree there, which is life. Trees represent life and grounding and the earth and so I just think this has so many good messages. And then of course it being, if we're talking about an eclipse, that's a time of transformation coming as well. So not being afraid of that either. It just brings such a big message of not being scared and not being afraid.
Yeah, and it's nature too, all of it is natural in nature. And I think sometimes we can see these parts of ourselves like the darkness and things like that. It's like scary. There's fear behind it. And even if it was dark, even if it was like there wasn't as much illumination there, like still, like that's okay. Even if it's not super bright, even if it's not super lit. In that picture, it was, and the bunny's like standing there in its confidence. It can see, and there's the tree, and then there's the beautiful moon. Like, even though it's all illuminated, but what if it wasn't? What would be different? How could we still show up in our power, in our love, in our just acknowledgement of ourselves and who we are and what we're capable of, our capacity, in spite of those things or regardless of those things. I think it's another lesson that you can take. It's like whatever the card shows, like that's what's to be present to. And what if things were changed on the card? What if it was different? What if it was a little bit different? Like how would we respond to that? It's cool to inquire into those things.
Sorry, I was muting myself because I have noise in the other room. No, I think it's so true. And one of the things that I was sharing in my community this morning is that we don't always not always comfortable with what's coming next. We're not always comfortable with the cards that we draw, with the things that are presented to us in our lives, but we have the opportunity to say, okay, this is just the energy, and this is just now giving me choices. I don't have to be afraid of it. It's just giving me choices now of how I want things to be different in my life.
Yeah. I love it. So tell us more about cards and how you recommend people use cards to undergo healing.
So I know there's a lot of different schools of thought around cards and everything. And for me, I really use them as just a tool to verify where I'm at right now and present the energy that's available to me if I choose to take it. So I was talking to my community this morning about, I'm sorry, but if it's really loud here, I apologize. Thank you. Sorry. You just don't know. I mean, listen, I never go around here. I really listen to this. So,
I love it.
so when we use cards as looking at our future and looking what's coming up next. That, I was telling my community this morning, that's an opportunity to look at the energy that's available, and it's just giving us choices. When we choose a future card, that's not this is what's coming in your life. That's this is the energy that's available to you. Would you like it? And if you don't, then you can say, which choices do I need to make in my life that for me to facilitate something else?
Yeah.
So sometimes we'll, like, a really common spread to do is a 3-card spread that's past, present, future. And the past card tells us where we've been and what lessons we've learned, and the present card is where we're at right this minute and what we're doing right now, what's important for us to know this minute. And then the future card, again, is not this is what's absolutely to come in your life. It's this is what's available to you if you want it. And sometimes we can see that future card and say, like it's doom and gloom, and we don't have to see it that way. We can choose to say, okay, I don't want that. And what can I do today to heal myself and to move myself forward so that I don't need to experience that?
Yeah, that's beautiful. I love it. So really, it's helping you to make more empowering choices to guide our lives. It's like saying, hey, this is available, this is possible, this is what could happen, and how do we choose to be able to move forward with this information. So this is beautiful. I want to zoom back out to the life healing, the ability to heal for the entire world, and keep that intention forefront for us. So Jessica, what else can we do? What else can we do with cards? What else do you think the world is needing in terms of healing right now, into stepping into our self-love? What else can we do?
I just think really that focus on ourself is so important. Like I mentioned in the beginning of this hour, we don't have to, we get inside our heads so often and think we have to do these big acts of I don't know what to change the world. And really it's like we were talking about too when you were saging as well. It's what we're doing with ourselves, and then it's passing on. It is the ripple effect that changes everything. And I think we are so outside of ourselves focused right now of what can I do, what can I do, what can I do, who can I help, who can I help, who can I help, that we're forgetting about ourselves. And when we do that, that's a huge piece of the puzzle that we're missing. Because and ultimately that brings us into so many conversations: integrity, the whole are you living what you're preaching, the whole thing. And so I think it's really important just to go back to ourselves.
Yeah It's beautiful. I love it. This is good stuff. I want to continue to do like some energetic work in creation. I think like I love talking, I love interviews and like sharing information and things like that. And I want people to be in the energy of like transformation, creation, and shifting the energy. So one of the things that I have is called the yes and game. So I don't know if you heard of this. It's like an improv type of thing, and I think you yes, absolutely yes. So this yes and game, is something that I've done to really help me be in the flow, in the creation of each and every moment. Okay, so this is an improv technique where basically you ideally want to play it with more than one person, but what happened is like you can say, I am so happy today. And someone else says, yes, and I am singing today. And someone else says, yes, and I am feeling peaceful today. And someone else says, yes, and I am feeling alive today. I am experiencing aliveness today. Okay? So yes, and is just an add-on statement, and it doesn't detract from anyone before you. Using the term but, using the term no, or anything other than yes and is not the objective of this game. So what I would love to do when Jessica gets back is play this yes and game and to create for the world. So it's like speaking into existence. I think speaking into existence is so freaking powerful, and when we use it effectively, when we use it often, it's like we're creating life. The gifts of life and death is through the word, is through the tongue, is through our speech and what we create. through that intention. So I would say the world is glowing with health, with aliveness, with vibrance, with abundance, with juicy prosperity. And then you, or Jessica, when she comes back, she's currently assisting her daughter, you would say yes and then whatever you want to say, right? So yes and I'll just keep playing with myself until Jessica gets back. So yes and families are being reunited. Families are rediscovering themselves, rediscovering love, rediscovering peace and harmony, and trusting each other and loyalty and being there for each other, seeing their greatest possible selves. That is what is happening right now. There's families that are reconnecting, that are joining back together to heal their family unit, to heal their ability to coexist, to thrive. Yes, and the sky is constantly a reminder of looking up into possibility. And all around the world is a sky above everyone. They might be in underground, they might be in buildings, but if they get out to some kind of close by openness, open field, something like that, out from under the subway, out from wherever they're at, they're going to see the sky and they're going to remember, hey, this is a world of infinite possibilities. There's like the sky, quote unquote, is the limit. And in fact, there are no limits. Beyond the sky exists. So let this, everyone who looks up at the sky today, everyone who's in the middle of their life, their bustling life, the things, all the things going on, all the things to do, the to-do list, the family, chores, priorities, work, all of it, sports, all of it. For people who are outside, I can see the blue sky right now. For people who are looking at the sky, like let me supercharge this sky. Let this sky be a reminder of possibility, be a reminder of our freedom, a reminder of this beautiful planet that we are on, this harmonious co-creative universe that we are all living in, that we get to thrive in, that we get to just show up and embody our source, our truth, our greatness. Let the sky be an anchor towards that. With fresh air through my clogged nose. I love it. I don't know if y'all can hear that, but yes, getting over a head cold. It's been a lot of fun. So yes, and let this brief temporary bout of even deeper healing, right? A deep state of healing that I've gone through over the last week or so. Let this be a reminder that our bodies are working so well, are thriving, are totally just ignited and aligned. And Shoshana, what's up? What I missed? No, you didn't miss her. She's currently tending to one of her children. Shoshana, yes, she's coming back. I love it. I love it, Christy. You the bomb. So yes, and our earth, our bodies are thriving, self-regenerating, self-perpetuating, just aligning, right? Our bodies are this aligning, empowered, driven source to create more life, to experience more life, to experience more abundance, more joy, more aliveness, more freedom, more expansion. So thank you for this body. Thank you for this presence. Thank you for this moment. Thank you for this connection with our source. And thank you for all the food that we eat that is high vibe, that is nutritious, that is delicious. It tastes so freaking scrumptious. We have so many options today. How much of a blessing is it today that we have so many options to get the same type of food, like pizza, for example, but in such a variety of different options. For people who are just like meat lovers and they just want to have the greasiest, oiliest pizza, that is available for them. I highly would not recommend it, but that is available. Bless them. And for the people who just like traditional cheese pizza and they like it to be a little bit more thin crust, a little bit more healthy, that's available for them too. Like, awesome, great pizza. I see Jessica, I'm bringing it back on in just a sec. And for the people who are like, I want gluten-free, I want dairy-free, I want a vegan freaking pizza to feel alive and feel the most connected with my source and my just greatest energy. That is available too. Pizza, which used to be probably only available with flour and spaghetti sauce and cheese and whatever ingredients people put on top of it. But that used to be the only option. And what a beautiful time that we're living in today, where people want to have it all. They want to have delicious, tasty, scrumptious food, and they also want it to be healthy. They want it to be high vibe. They want it to be good for them. So thank God for this time that we live in. Thank Universe, Source, Creator. Just, oh my gosh, all the opportunity, all the abundance, all the just magic that is all around us. We are so freaking blessed. So thank you, thank you, thank you. And Jessica, what I was just doing, now that you're back on the screen, what I was just doing is yes and. So this improv game where basically usually it takes two people or more, and every time I'll say something like, the food is delicious, look at how many options we have, and then you would say yes and then whatever you want to create, whatever you want to speak into existence, whatever you want to play with, right? Whatever you want to create, then you would say that statement, and it could be a couple sentences, could be a couple paragraphs, whatever you want, whatever feels good for you that flows out of you. And then once you are complete, I will notice a pause in the speaking, and then I'll say yes and then I will continue with my creation. So does that make sense so far?
Yes.
Cool.
Sounds awesome. I love it.
Cool. Awesome. And Christy said, yes, and there is always something to be grateful for. Absolutely, Christy. I love it. So let's practice a couple rounds, Jessica. We'll have some fun with it. So I'm so freaking grateful for this healing hour, for the lives of people that it is impacting, both people who are present here and now, and for all the beautiful heart vibes, soul vibes, body vibes, conscious, subconscious, universe vibes that we're sending out to create more alignment, more harmony, more peace, and just people being happier.
Yes, and we can realize that it starts with us. I love that realization that it can start with us, that it just takes one little thing, that we create the ripple, that we can be what changes the world just by changing ourselves.
Yes, and look at this beautiful technology that we have. Podcasting, Facebook Live, Zoom, talking to people from all around the world. We are so freaking blessed with the connection that we have in a world where people feel so disconnected. I think it's just a lack of acknowledgement of the connection. It's a lack of picking up the phone and saying, I'm so grateful we are connected. I'm so grateful we are truly connected. And so I'm just grateful that I can bring this presence. I appreciate the presence to connection that everyone around the world is feeling right now, that wherever anyone feels alone or feels lost or feels like they don't have that connection, that they can just remember, they can tune into this thought, into this vibration, into this frequency. I'm broadcasting this frequency across the world, across all time and space, so that people can feel that connection, feel that sense of home, that sense of, man, someone out there really does care, someone out there really is listening. I am really connected. I am really loved.
Yes, and we can choose that. We can choose that energy. We can choose to be the one that thinks that way, that spreads that message, even if no one else in our circle believes that. We can choose to believe that. We can choose to believe to be the light. We can choose to spread our message. And what a privilege it is to be in this space, be in this time of social media where we are connected with so many more people than we were years ago. And we can choose to see that as a blessing. We can choose to see that as a blessing and not complain about it, and not complain when the tech goes down, and just manifest that the tech is always working in our favor, and and have fun with it. We can choose to have fun with this. We don't have to be all business all the time. We can have fun. We can choose to be the entrepreneur that knows how each and every one of her clients takes her coffee in the morning. We can choose to be that person. We can choose to be different, even if that's the beat of our own drum.
Yes, and Jessica, I feel your aliveness. I feel the power coming from your voice, from your words, from your being, from your energy, and I love it. And I just get so amped up about it and through it and with it. And this is the mirror. This is what people, we are setting this intention, this loving, committed, dedicated, devoted intention that everyone gets to experience this kind of fun, this kind of play, this kind of creation, the power to create their reality, the power to step into a different state, even on down days, even on days where things are frustrating, when life is difficult, when there's challenges. We are the creators of our reality. So thank you for this opportunity, for this reminder. And thank you for all the lights out there, the singular lights where they might not feel like they have anyone or anything around them. They feel like they're surrounded by darkness, but they know that they are are light, they are light workers, and that they're here to bring forth light. Thank you for all those people, and let them know or reassure them that they are not alone, that they have people here with them, surrounding them, sending them beautiful, loving, empowering intentions, and that they can do anything that they set their mind to.
I need to breathe on that for a minute. Yes, and we can be the light. Yes, and we can surround ourselves with people who are light. When we feel like we can't connect to it, we can connect to them, and they can help bring that light back out in us.
Yes, and thank you for all the mothers out there who are doing everything that they possibly can to be the best mom, the best wife, the best married mother, the best single mother, the best nurturer that they can be. Thank you, thank you, thank you for the people who move heaven and earth to provide for their family, to love their family, to be patient, to be peaceful, to be centered, grounded, resourceful, and there for the people that they love most. And thank you that this world is being made different because of Chris Burns, because of Jessica Dugas, because of you listening in right now, because this is important to you. This healing, this energy, this co-creation, it is important to you. And because it's important, because you show up, where you invest your time, where you invest your energy, where you invest your money, where you invest your priorities, that shows what is important to you. So you have invested here today in the healing of the world. So thank you for being a part of our co-creation. This has been absolutely amazing. Jessica, I would love to hear your feedback of what that was like for you. What did you notice? What came up for you? I would love to hear what was that like for you.
I love, like I said, just sharing this space with you, Chris. I love sharing the space with people who are trying to make a difference in the world and who understand what this one little hour, us two little people, can make such a big difference. And one of the thing that's really important for me to share during this is that, so I had to step away because my daughter was outside playing with the other kids and she fell and she hurt her knee. And that particular daughter is a very anxious person. And so with one little scratch, one little thing, and her entire existence is coming to an end and just a complete freak out. And so, I really had to honor myself for a minute because of how much healing I've gone through, because of the healing that I've done. It changed that circumstance. It changed how that just happened right now. It changed the fact that 10 years ago, I would have freaked out right along with her. I would have gone right down that rabbit hole with her. It would have added to what was going on. It would have added to the dramatics of the very Oscar-worthy dramatics of that moment. And I also wouldn't have been able to come back. I would have been like this, frazzled mess, but complete mess coming back. But I have to just, gosh, you think you haven't done the work. You think, why am I doing this healing work? Why is this important? Why does it matter? Because you start to notice little situations like this where now you're holding yourself together. Now you're holding your head up high. Now you can take a deep breath. And you haven't freaked out, and everything is just so much more at ease than it was before. And so you may not see. I think it's such a big thing for me, and I'm having this realization right now. Is you don't always see in the moment that these things that you're doing to heal yourself and to heal the world matter, but they do. And eventually, you're going to start seeing it. You'll have these little moments of, damn, I just handled that like a champ. Yeah. Like, I rock. I'm awesome. And my hope is that she's going to see that. Yeah. She's going to see that shift and say, I can behave in that way too. I can process things in that way too. And I don't have to have a performance. Yeah. we can do this with ease and grace and being able to take a deep breath.
I love it. I love it, Jessica. This has been an absolute blast. I want to tell people how they can stay connected with you. Where can they find you? What can they do to take those next steps with you?
So absolutely visit jessicadugas.com. It'll have the link to everywhere you can find me. And I highly, 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 highly cannot recommend it enough to subscribe to Project Joy Podcast on iTunes, Spotify, wherever you listen to podcasts, Stitcher, it's on all of them. And give yourself 15, 20 minutes every Monday morning, first thing when you wake up, to listen to Project Joy Podcast and just welcome a little more joy in your life. Because I think that's where that starts with healing, is to accept that joy and accept that love and good and fun and happy and high vibe.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Jessica, you're an amazing, amazing human being. Happy belated birthday. And I'm gonna go for the triple crown here. We're doing it. We're doing it. So for everyone who's out there in social media land, let's sing Jessica a happy birthday together. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Jessica. Happy birthday to you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, my friend. And thank you everybody that's been listening, and you're making a difference. Thank you.
Yes, we are. Thank you, Jessica. We'll see you soon, okay?
All right.